Good morning, my dear students. I, Anu, welcome you once again to the online class of Computer Class 7th, Lesson 6, Formulae in MS Excel 2007. In previous two presentations, we have already covered text formula, type of operators, which include arithmetic, logical, and relational operators, and operator precedence. Now today in this presentation the topics we would be covering includes copying formula, statistical functions, sorting data and printing of the worksheet. So let us begin. Copying formula. The option is used to copy a formula from one cell to the other required cells. As the name indicates, copying means whatever formula we have written in one cell that can be copied to the other required cells. Now, what are the certain steps we should follow to copy a formula? Step 1. Type the formula in the first cell and press the enter key. That means we have to write the formula in the first cell and then we have to press the enter key. Step number 2. Put the mouse pointer on the corner of the cell containing the formula to the cell pointer handle. We see that the mouse pointer shape is changed to a basic plus sign. This is termed as fill handle. What does that mean? Now we have to place our mouse pointer on the corner of the cell that is containing the formula. Remember that at the corner of the cell that is containing the formula. As you bring the mouse pointer to the corner of the cell, you would be noticing that the shape of the mouse pointer is changed to a basic plus sign, which is also termed as fill handle. So step number 1, write the formula in the first cell. Step number 2, we have to move the mouse pointer to the corner of the cell containing the formula, which changes to a basic plus sign and is known as fill handle. Step number 3. Click and drag the fill handle using the left button to the end of the list. Now, the mouse pointer that have been changed to the plus sign, we have to click on that and drag that using the left button of your mouse to the end of that list which is containing your whole data. A dotted line that appears displays the selected cell. So when we keep on dragging, when we start dragging that basic plus sign, you would be able to notice that till the point where we have selected the cells, till there the line is changed into dotted. And at the end, as you drag it till that point, at the end you would be able to see, my dear students, that the formula has been copied in all the cells. Now, if one important point is that if we change the value in any of the cells whose address is used in the formula, the result in the related cell is changed automatically. What does that mean? Suppose we have already written our data and we have already calculated the result according to the formula. But now if we want to change the value in any of the cells, then that reflection would automatically be done in the formula of that particular cell and the result of that particular cell would be changed accordingly. So it depends on us. If we want to change our data, we can also change our data and get the result accordingly. So this is how we can copy the formula from one cell to the other required cells, thus leading us to type again and again the same formula, right? We need not need to type that same formula in all the cells, we can drag that formula in the all the other cells in which we want to get the same output, using that same formula. Now let us move to the next topic, that is statistics. In MS Excel, we have certain predefined formulae with the help of which we can automatically calculate the results based on the data that we are entering in our Excel sheet. The predefined formulas to perform specific calculations are as follows. Sum. As the name indicates, it is used to calculate the total of the given value set. Average, to calculate the average of the given value set. That means whatever the values are given, with the help of using average function, we can directly calculate the average of the given values. As you already know, in maths also, average means sum of observations divided by total number of observations. Sum of all the observations divided by total number of observations. Then we have max. Max, it is used to calculate the maximum value from a given value set. So out of the given values, which is the maximum value, that could be differentiated with the help of the max function. Min as indicates it is used to calculate the minimum value from the given value set. So these are some of the predefined formulae with the help of which we can directly use these functions and calculate the values or do the calculations for the given data that we have entered in our Excel sheet. Now we have certain steps to add the numbers. Suppose we want to add the numbers in a cell range. How we can do that? For that we have certain steps. Select any empty cell to display the sum, right? So suppose we have 3 columns, and in the 4th column we are going to select the place so that the result that is added, it is displayed in the 4th cell. Then click on the Formulas tab from the ribbon. At the top of the Excel sheet, we can see that we have the Formulas tab. We have to click on that. Then step number 3. Click on Insert Function in Functions Library group. We'll click on Insert Function. That could be seen again at the top of the ribbon leftmost end. Click on Insert Function in the Function Library group. Step number 4. Choose the sum function and click OK button in the dialog box. Now after step number 3, as we click on Insert Functions, we would be able to see that a window will appear in which we have already predefined functions like that we have studied above: sum, average, count, max, sin. These functions are already predefined. So if we are adding, that means we have to choose the sum function. So in step number 4, we would be choosing function sum and clicking on OK button in the dialog box. Then step number 5. As you know that once we have selected the desired function, but for that, as you choose the sum function, now we have to type the cell range. That is the range from which cell to which cell we want to get our result. So for that we need to type the cell range that is typed. Okay, so we have to provide the cell number. Then step number 6. Click on OK button. The output is displayed in the required cells. So as we have typed the range, after typing the range, we have to click on OK button and we would be able to see that the output have been displayed in the 4th column. My dear students, you need to practice as you might be having MS Excel installed already in your laptop or desktop at home. So please, it's my request, please to try all these functions, and if still you have any problem, you can ask to me in the online class. So please follow these steps. So this is how we can use these already predefined functions which are there in the MS Excel worksheet. Now moving on to the next slide, we have sorting data. Sorting. As the name indicates, sorting is referred to the arrangement of data in ascending or descending order. Ascending, my dear student, is from smallest to highest. Descending is from highest to smallest. Now, again, for sorting of the data, again we have certain steps with the help of which our data that is written, it could be displayed in the sorted manner. Step number 1. Select the cells where the data is to be sorted. For, we need to select those cells where we want to sort our data. Suppose you want to sort all 4 columns or all the data, so you have to select the entire columns or the entire data. Step number 2. Click on Data tab on the ribbon. Like for using statistical function, we were selecting Formula tab on the ribbon. Now we have to select Data tab on the ribbon. After that, step number 3. Click on Sort from Sort and Filter group. Then we have to select Sort button from Sort and Filter group. Step number 4. Now as you select, before coming to step number 4, as you click on sort button, you would be able to see 2 options are there, A to Z or Z to A. Again, A to Z indicates from A to Z, that means from beginning till Z, and Z to A means that we want to sort from Z to A, right? So we have to select on the required option, and that is step number 4. So depending on your wish, how you want your data should be look like or it should be represented, you can select the required option on the sort button and click on OK, and finally we can see that our data will occur in it. It is going to appear in the sorted manner. This is how we can sort the data in MS Excel. Now next topic is printing of the worksheet. How a worksheet which you have already typed can be printed. We use these steps to print a worksheet. Like you are printing any of the data, similarly we can also print our MS Excel worksheet. First is select the data required to be printed from the worksheet. Now suppose if we want that only particular data should be printed, so we need to select that particular data with the help of our mouse. If we want to print the entire worksheet, that can also be done, my dear students. We can select the entire worksheet. So select the data required to be printed from the worksheet. That is step number 1. Then step number 2, click on Office button and select on Print option. So second step is we have to click on the Office button that is given at the top leftmost corner of the sheet, and we have to go to the Print option. After going to the Print option, we know that we'll click step number 3 is click selection in the print. As you go on Print option, a new window will appear which would be having so many things. In that, step number 3 is now in the print what we have to click selection in the print what option on the dialog box. Select the number of copies if more than one copy is required. Now depending on our wish, we need to select the number of copies if we want 1, 2 and how many. And in print what we have to select selection option. Then there is selection option also. There is entire worksheet, entire workbook, active sheets. It depends on again your requirement which you want to print. Then click on OK button to get the print out. Okay, once we click on the OK button, so whatever data that we have selected in our sheet, that would be printed and would be given to us. So that is what the chapter is all about. All of you have to do also words to remember and complete all the entire exercises, oral, quiz, short and very short, that would be discussed in the online class. Still you have any doubt, you can ask me in the online class. Thank you, my dear students.